There have been many people who've been waiting for God and have not received an answer. There have been many people who've prayed, they thought they were praying, we'll get into that later, and did not receive the healing, did not receive the money, receive the breakthrough. See, at church, at times, and I'm not going in on the song. I love the song. I'm bringing awareness to the song. At church, we have a tendency sometimes to promote the feeling of it without the thinking. This is what this lesson is about today. That thy grace is sufficient for me when I understand and have an awareness of what that grace is in my life. See, to think that I can just think anything, act any kind of way, talk any kind of way, and that this power and presence of God is going to flow through my life and bless or touch and anoint everything in my experience is foolishness. See, what ends up happening is people come to church Sunday after Sunday, and we put on our Christian mask, and we go back home hurting because we haven't addressed the thing that has to be changed, and that's the mind. See, until the thinking changes, nothing changes permanently. I don't care how many songs you sing. I don't care, man, how many books you read. I don't care, man, how many CDs you listen to. Until the thought changes, nothing changes permanently. Now, when you realize the presence and power of God in you is the truth about you, that realization then comes as God will take care of you. That realization will come is that the grace is sufficient for me. That realization of, as Jesus said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. Then all these what? Things will be added unto you. But we have to put the horse before the cart. See, the beauty of new thought is this. It takes away your super daddy God. I know that's not going to be popular with everybody here right now. See, but don't put me up here if you don't want to hear it real. See, we are still waiting for the parent that brings the bottle and puts it in your mouth. We're waiting for the supernatural daddy that will take care of my spills when I spill the milk on the floor without addressing what needs to be addressed. My mind, how I think, how I feel, what I believe. See, there is no God that cleans up your mess. Now, I know it. Yeah, I had a lesson. See, then we go get Big Brother and think that Big Brother Jesus is going to do it. But sooner or later, like Moses, we have to have our burning bush experience and realize that there's something within us called I am. That there's something within us that is the real power. That there's something within us that transcends the mask, the personality, the ego, who we think we are. We have to realize that who we're showing up and pretending to be is not the real us. See, we can pretend like a chameleon and adapt to the environment that we're in. But the whole time we know we're not being real. What I'm saying today is this. As we get into this lesson, remove the masks and stop this dependency on thinking that life can be radically different than your thinking. I don't know, somehow I done got into like spiritual gangster mode this morning. But as long as we think that there's a God up there imposing will down here on us, we'll stay in bondage. As long as we think that there's a God up there. I'm a father, okay? I'm a father. My daughter's right here, 12 years old. I would not watch my daughter suffer and go through things when I have the power to change it, fix it, and adapt it to being something better until she gets around to coming to me right. But see, that's our concept of God. That God is waiting for us to join the right church, read the right book, say the right prayers, act the right way, talk the right way, dress the right way. All these things are ridiculous and aspects of human consciousness, which is faulty. They have nothing to do with the butt-naked God. See, the aspect of we don't want to get, we always say, well, you need to get butt naked with God. What you really need to do is take your clothes off of God. Because, see, your clothes that you have placed on God dress up God to be something that God isn't. So when you have butt naked God, now you have divine principle. When you have butt naked God, now you have universal spirit. When you have butt naked God, you have divine law. When you have butt naked God, you have mind action. When you have butt naked God, you understand that thoughts held in mind produce after their own kind. That's butt naked God. Now, anything else you put on that is your culture, is your psychology, is your ethnic background, and all this stuff. Has your gender biases. It has nothing to do with God. Nothing. So as we start working with our thinking today, it is possible for you to have a major paradigm shift right now, where you can realize that God has never withheld anything from you. And God, after you get this consciousness together, has not adding anything to you. It has always been here with you. The song says, when I come into his presence, I what? Humble myself. Now we said that we teach here that God is omnipresent. So what does that mean? When my awareness comes into that presence. The presence is here. God is here. Life is here. Power is here. Healing is here. Prosperity is here. Peace is here. When? Now, because God is. But when my awareness comes into that presence and I humble myself quiet by not thinking that I have all the answers, that I know what I'm doing, that I know how to make an egg cell and a sperm cell come together to create a human being, that I know how to keep the moon just far enough that it controls the tides without making tsunamis every day, that I understand how the sun is just close enough to the earth to keep us warm, but not so close it burns us up. I'm not going to pretend that I understand that. So when I humble myself, and realize that this shell you're seeing is not me, when I humble myself and say that, look, this is the suit I'm wearing right now. When I humble myself and realize that there is an invisible energy intelligence that we call God that maintains, sustains everything in the universe, when I humble myself, I access that power. When I humble myself, when I praise, I lift my consciousness up. When I work with my own mind, I reconnect in awareness because I've never been disconnected. But if I don't know, then it's like not having. So when I reconnect in consciousness with the truth, then God, divine mind, universal intelligence, the substance of God, the love of God, the peace of God, the intelligence of God, takes care of me in the sense that My humbled and praising mind allows me to not interfere with what already works. I want you to get that. Now, I got a lesson to teach. I actually wrote a lot of stuff down. I'm going to teach it. I'm going to teach it. On the Science of Mind magazine, there's a statement, and it says, change your thinking, change your life. Change your thinking, change your life. There is no changed life without changing your what? Right, because a person convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. When you try to make somebody believe something, make somebody act a certain way, what ends up happening is you create frustration and upset within yourself because you cannot control anyone else. You only have mastery, authority, and dominion over your own being, nobody else. So while you're upset with them about what they're doing or not doing, realize you created it. They made me mad. Impossible. They frustrated me. Impossible. Impossible. Why? Because all upsets are internal. They are never external. Now, let's get to this lesson I wrote down. Why, huh? I'll jump back as I need to. But I wanted you to get the point of where I was coming from. Because Emmett Fox has a statement that I love. It's my favorite statement in all of religion, not just New Thought, all of religion. He says, there is no such thing as undemonstrated understanding. So to read something, sing something without understanding does not give you the benefit of what you're singing about. So know what it means. Yes, God will take care of you when I get into the awareness of what that means. Yes, yes. But God taking care of you does not mean that you're not a free agent. And at any moment, you could say, this is how powerful you are. At any moment, sir, you could say, no, God, I don't want that. At any moment of your life, you can say, no, God. Now think about this. You would say no rational person in the world would say no, God. But realize that we do it almost moment by moment. Got to teach it pure. Every limiting thought is no, God. Every limiting thought is no, God. Every negative word that comes out of your mouth is no, God. I don't want this good. Because we are side-swiping our own good by the thoughts we think, the feelings we feel, the beliefs we hold, and the words that come out of our mouth. So when we start talking about thinking, realize that thinking is all of those things. It's what you think, it's what you feel, it's what you believe, it's what you say. And all of those things show up as what you do. So every act that's not for your highest good is no, God. Every positive, every constructive, every inspirational thought is yes, God. More, please. It's a shift. You get me? Are you with me? It's a shift. See, because if you don't realize the power that you have, then you'll misuse it. See, electricity is great. See this, all these lights so you can see us and see the beautiful choir and musicians. But electricity, when it's unregulated, is destructive like lightning. When it's uncontrolled, it's destructive. You get the point? All right, so the power of the mind can create beauty and it can create destruction. And it's the same power. It's the same power.